When your health has been compromised by stress, you need options to help to heal your body. Some supplements can help support your body as a whole without causing further harm or stress, and taurine is one of these. It's a safe and effective supplement that can help support your recovery from stress and stress-related conditions like adrenal fatigue syndrome. It can help to improve the overall health of your entire body, as well as the individual systems. That's why you need to know as much as possible about this supplement and how to use it to support your adrenal fatigue syndrome recovery and to correct the imbalances that can occur as a result of this problem. Taurine is an important amino acid and it's found in your central nervous system, skeletal muscles, and in high concentrations in your brain and heart tissue. It's made from two sulfur-containing amino acids called cysteine and methionine. It's what's known as a conditional amino acid because it can be manufactured in the body in most situations. However, if your body has a problem manufacturing the amino acid, you have to get it from your diet or from supplementation. The taurine can be found in a number of animal proteins like eggs, shellfish and meat, but it's less common in vegetarian foods. As a result, anyone on a vegetarian diet will need to be careful to monitor their intake. Having adequate amounts of the amino acid in your diet and in your body are vitally important, as it performs several essential functions, and deficiencies can result in major problems. Some of the most important functions of this amino acid are it inhibits and it modulates neurotransmitters in the brain and helps to stabilize the cell membranes. It's a natural antioxidant. It supports the detoxification processes. It can help to improve liver function in people with hepatitis. It stabilizes cell membranes in the brain and the heart, and this regulates the electrochemical forces that govern these organs. Prolonged supplementation can benefit people with heart failure. It may improve the health of the gallbladder and the eyes, and it may help with high blood pressure through its natural diuretic effects. Taurine is safe for adults to use for prolonged periods at doses of 1 to 3 grams per day. However, some people have reported loose stools at over 5 grams per day, though this dose is rarely used. There's generally no side effects associated with the use of the supplement for healthy people. This makes it a safe and effective option if you have early adrenal fatigue syndrome. However, like with any other change that you make in your routine, it's important to consult a doctor before supplementation. Adrenal fatigue syndrome causes widespread imbalances in the body and troubling symptoms that often include multiple organ and functions in the body. Some of the most common symptoms include brain fog, digestive problems, and cardiac symptoms like palpitations or blood pressure instability. Adrenal fatigue can be brought on by prolonged stress, and this causes the adrenal glands to secrete excessive amounts of cortisol or stress hormone in response. The adrenal glands are an important part of the neuroendometabolic stress response system, and this causes changes in the body in response to the stress. These changes allow you to respond appropriately to the source of the stress while protecting your body from the damaging consequences. This neuroendometabolic stress response system is composed of 6 circuits of organs and systems, and they work together to spread out the load and to manage the stress. When stress is ongoing, this protection starts to break down. The neuroendometabolic stress response is designed to turn on and off, and it struggles when the stress becomes an everyday, ongoing thing. This can cause the adrenal glands to become overworked, and this causes imbalances that start small before spreading to other parts of the body. If left unchecked, it can even cause some of the circuits to shut down completely, and this can result in a full physical breakdown. To avoid this, it's important to take steps to support your health and the underlying issues with the specific circuits, and supplementing with taurine is a good place to start. The cardionomic circuit is one of the first to be affected by adrenal fatigue syndrome because it includes the adrenal glands as well as the nervous system and the cardiovascular system. When the adrenal glands become unbalanced, it causes hormonal imbalances, and this affects the function of the nervous system. This causes issues with adrenaline production, and this can result in symptoms like anxiety, rapid heartbeat, sleep interruptions, and subclinical POTS. If the stress isn't alleviated or worsens, then the cardionomic system becomes involved, and this can result in full cardionomic circuit dysfunction, where the three parts of the circuit are all dysregulated and symptoms worsen. At this stage, other circuits usually become involved and cause further problems. Taking taurine supplements can help to improve the health of this circuit and to address the cardiac symptoms of adrenal fatigue, such as blood pressure problems. It's been used with much success by people with high blood pressure. This is due to the fact that it can reduce fluid retention, which naturally decreases blood pressure. The taurine can also soothe the sympathetic nervous system, relieving the arterial spasms and helping the blood vessels to relax, and this naturally lowers blood pressure. Taurine can also help to alleviate the symptoms of the cardionomic circuit dysfunction, like palpitations. It's often used to strengthen the heart in those with heart failure. It works in conjunction with other supplements like CoQ10, magnesium and carnitine to regulate and to stabilize the heart rhythm, and this can be beneficial for those with adrenal fatigue syndrome. In addition, palpitations and other symptoms that involve the cardiac system can be very frightening and stressful. Taking steps to improve the health of the heart and reduce or eliminating the troubling symptoms can thus lower your stress levels overall and help with your adrenal fatigue recovery. Taurine is also key in helping in the detoxification pathway's function. But first, it's necessary to understand how the detoxification circuit operates. It works in conjunction with the neuroendometabolic stress response to maintain the internal homeostasis. It includes the liver, the immune system, and the interstitium. These three parts of the circuit work to eliminate the unwanted and the dangerous metabolic products of stress, often called metabolites. Stress puts the body under a lot of strain. Not only does this cause the body to have to cope with the cause of the stress and exert itself in response, but it also needs to try to normalize itself so the body can function properly. This causes a release of metabolic byproducts, and these have to be eliminated before they start to poison the body. So these metabolic byproducts are called metabolites, and in most situations the elimination process goes on unnoticed. But because the detoxification system often becomes unbalanced with adrenal fatigue, it may no longer be the case. Metabolites cycle constantly through the body until they're excreted, and this means if the detoxification process isn't working correctly, they can easily cause the detoxification circuit to become toxic. Often the interstitium is the first to experience the toxicity. The interstitium consists of the extracellular matrix, which is the communication space between the cells, and the metabolites are almost constantly in these spaces until they're removed from the body. When overloaded with toxins, the extracellular matrix usually starts to slow down like a highway with traffic. This then disrupts the messaging between the cells. The liver then becomes overworked because it tries to expel the toxins and is constantly overloaded by the buildup. The immune system becomes involved soon after the toxins build up, and this causes more inflammation in an effort to protect the body from the toxins. This can become a vicious cycle in which each of the body's systems is overworked and cause further toxicity, inflammation and stress. The early stages of detoxification circuit dysfunction include digestive issues like bloating and constipation, food sensitivities, paradoxical or exaggerated responses to medication, sleep disruptions, brain fog, and mental disorders like anxiety, fatigue, palpitations, electrolyte imbalances, psoriasis, immune system malfunctions, brain fog, migrating pain, dizziness, and tingling. Many of these symptoms can be dismissed or associated with general stress and fatigue, and often this is what happens. Unfortunately, it often results in people receiving haphazard solutions from their doctors that don't help to alleviate the symptoms or solve their underlying problems. And if these issues aren't addressed, the situation will only worsen over time. This can quite literally be a worst-case scenario situation, leaving people bedridden. That's why it's important to get advice from a clinician experienced with adrenal fatigue. Taurine can be very helpful in rebalancing the detoxification circuit. This amino acid is a natural diuretic, and this means it can reduce fluid retention and tissue swelling. It does this by keeping potassium and magnesium inside the cells, while keeping sodium outside. The taurine is unique in that it acts as a diuretic without causing kidney damage. This is in contrast to other medications that act as diuretics, which actually cause damage to the kidneys and further complicate detoxification. Taurine might be used for fluid retention, which is very common in people with physical illness, such as ovarian cancer, kidney disease, and heart failure. The taurine is also good for bloating and detoxification. Because it encourages the expulsion of excess fluid, it prevents the buildup of potentially toxic metabolic waste products. This helps to keep your entire system healthy, to reduce the strain on the liver, reduce inflammation, and encourage balance in the whole detoxification circuit. This is especially helpful for women with adrenal fatigue syndrome, particularly if they're taking hormone replacement, birth control pills, or suffer from excessive estrogen. In these situations, the female hormone estradiol can depress the creation of taurine in the liver, so supplementing is often an effective remedy. However, don't attempt to stop these kinds of medications without talking it over with a doctor. If you stop taking these medications without medical supervision and assistance, you can experience unwanted consequences. Finally, another benefit of supplementing with this amino acid is the fact it can help to clear excess fluid caused by the menstrual cycle. If you suffer from stress-related disorders like adrenal fatigue, it can be difficult to find recovery strategies that actually work. Too often, attempts to manage the symptoms only cause more problems because they fail to address the underlying cause, or they result in paradoxical reactions in the body. That's why safe and natural remedies like taurine supplements are so valuable when you suffer from adrenal fatigue. They can help you to holistically, naturally, and effectively eliminate the troubling symptoms by correcting the underlying balances. However, like any adjustment with your health routine, make sure to have the support of a trained professional. This will allow you to properly assess and implement the changes in a way that's appropriate to your individual condition. To learn about herbs, supplements, and natural treatments, or to book a consultation, check out my website.